Okay, so I decided to make a video for how I am doing the Crown Jewel tour for the itinerary that you emailed me. So hopefully that will help us figure out maybe what steps I haven't explained to you or aren't making sense, and try to figure out why it isn't working when you do updates. So what I've done is I've opened up the Word file that you emailed me, and I'm going to just select it all. To go this way. I'm going to select it all and copy. Now, because it's Microsoft Word, we have to do a third step. We're going to go in and open up Notepad, which is just a generic text tool. When you may have done this in WordPress before, there's a button in WordPress, if you know where to look, called Kitchen Sink, and it will strip out all the code from Microsoft Word. We don't have that option on here, so if you're using a Windows machine, it would be Notepad or TextEdit. If you're using a Mac, I don't think you are, but if you are, it would be, I believe, called TextEdit. But you open it up and you just paste it in there. Ignore that it's not the correct font or the colors or anything like that. Just ignore that. All you're using this for is to strip out the extra tags that will rear their ugly heads and make something not work. Now we're going to copy it again, and we're done with Word Notepad. We're not going to save that. Now we're going to go to the back end of your site. So I've logged in here, and I'm going to go to Content and Article Manager. And these were for the Crown Jewel tour. You can scroll down. You don't have to do this part, but I find it easier to do this. So I only have those tours to work with. And I'm just going to go into the first one. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here, and under the price, I'm going to hit return once, and now I'm going to paste. So at this point, I would normally start doing formatting and stuff. I'm not going to do that yet. What I'm going to do first is hit save, because I want to see if it's having the same issue for me. I want to see if it shows up for you. Okay, so we're going to go to tours. And I can't remember right offhand if I did the first one or the second, so we'll take a look here. Okay, so it's showing there, and as you can see, that the text is the right format. It might be a little big, so I can change that. So now we can go in over here, and I can make this. I've just clicked into it, but I'm going to make this be heading 2, and I can always go back and change that. And now I'm going to format it. So I'm going to bold day 1. You had these areas in red, so I'm going to come out here, highlight them and make them red. And I'm just going to repeat that all the way down. Okay, and then I'll show you one thing. You'll see that the text isn't going all the way across the screen. We'll take care of that in just a minute. Okay. And you can always go in, if I've got this not formatted the way you want, you could go in and do it. And then we're probably going to want to make that bold. So what it's going to do when we stripped it out, because it's still got little things from Word, we have to unfortunately do this, which I know that does take some time, but that's because I copied it out of your, directly from your email. This would not have to be the case if you were copying from one article's back end to another. So I'll go back and finish that in a minute. So let's see if this saved. So we're going to come into the real site here and hit refresh. Okay, so the itinerary is working there. Kind of looks like the words itinerary themselves right here are probably a little bit big. So we can change that. This isn't necessarily representative of what it'll look like, so I'm going to try itinerary 5. It should be, but it may not be. That's a little bit better, but we can work with that if you want it changed differently. So I'll go down and make the rest of those changes in a minute. So this is all working here. And we'll make that tour does not include. So I don't know if you want these to be bullets. I'll do this at the moment and kind of tighten some of this other stuff up. But when I was talking to you about the horizontal line, you're going to see a couple different things. This one right here, that's not a horizontal line. That's called a read more. And you want that there. And you want it in that position because this is telling you that it's going to show you the title of the article right here. And it's going to show you this amount of information on the tours screen right here. When you click more, that's what's going to show you after this icon. For the horizontal line, let's say you want a horizontal line between price and itinerary. So I'm going to put that right there. And this is the horizontal line right here. So I'm going to click that. Now when I hit save, and I'm going to go back into the live site and scroll down, you can see you have the faint line right here. I did not go back and look to see if you had figured out the horizontal line. I just figured I would take this opportunity to show you. Now what you can do is copy this one, and we're going to put it down here at the bottom. We're going to go to the start of the line, so that's going to be down there. Then they don't have to scroll all the way back up. I'm going to hit save, and you'll see it down, oops, after I hit refresh. See, and you'll see that button down there. So I will go back in and finish editing the line spacing so it doesn't break apart like it was. And I'll paste it into the second tour so they both match. Let me know if any of those steps are not what you were doing or if this helps and makes sense. You might want to test it simply by maybe putting an asterisk or a $sign or something like that, saving it, refresh the live site, and then if it shows up, then you can take it back off on the back end. I would suggest using the back end rather than the front end right now so you get used to how that looks, because you won't have the option to go through the front end for editing once the site is live. I hope this helps. If it does, then I can do the same thing for how to update the gallery and for how to do the testimonials.